These are the best CS2 skins for every single weapon in the game. Let's start with pistols. The CZ75 Red Aster in minimal wear is a great start. It's a nice clean skin at less than 50 cents. Also, all of these prices will be in cash value, not Steam value. More on that in a sec. For the Deagle, the Bronze Deco is a no-brainer. It got a huge upgrade in the CS2. It's much more shiny. You gotta own this skin. For the dualies, they have the Cobalt Quartz. They're not too shiny in game, but for less than $1, they're a very nice clean skin. For the 5.7, I'd say the Flame Test is definitely the cleanest. The Violent Daimyo, hard to pronounce, another cool option. It's a tiny bit more expensive, like 20 cents. It's not that much at all, but they both look pretty good. But before we continue, where to actually get these skins at less than $1? CSGO Empire has a ton of skins listed at cheaper than buff price, and you might be thinking, isn't that a gambling site? Partially, but not entirely. They have an entire marketplace dedicated to peer-to-peer buying and selling with 0% fees, and if you sort by the best deals, you'll easily find stuff cheaper than buff. As you can see here, these gloves are 3.36% off. You can easily flip them for profit, and Empire also offers any deposit method you could think of, including many different cryptos and real money options. And you're able to withdraw with all of these options, including USDC, which you could turn to cash instantly. Of course, there's no wager requirement on any deposit either, so be sure to check them out with that link in the description and start getting skins for cheaper than buff today. Okay, next up, the Glock Moonrise. It got a lot shinier in a recent update. It's nothing too insane, but it's a nice skin for far much less than $1. English is pretty hard. But for the P2000, the skins kinda suck, I'm not gonna lie to you. The handgun is probably the only good option out there, but if you use the superior pistol, the USP, the Ticket to Hell, is once again, surprisingly the only good option out there really, as everything else is minimal wear and above $1. But for the P250, I think the X-Ray is honestly the best looking. It's not too shiny or anything too standoutish, it's just a nice looking skin. And the R8. Surprisingly, this thing has so many good skins, but for me personally, I like the R8 Crazy 8 the most. The Banana Cannon is a very close second place though. Not that it matters because no one uses this gun. But moving on, the Tech 9 Re-Entry is the top dog for under $1 for sure. It's another juicer of a skin. But on the SMGs, the MAC-10 Malachite is one of my favorite skins in the game. You'll have to settle for field tested at less than $1, but it's still pretty clean. And for the MP5, the Agent is very nice at just over 80 cents. If you want to turn this thing into like a $2,000 skin, it does look nice with 4 crown foils as well. Moving on to the MP9, I personally really like the Gunsmoke. Souvenir is much cheaper than normal because of trade up, so you'll have to stick with that, but you'll also get some nice gold stickers alongside it. And for the Bison, the Fuel Rod is probably the best looking, and no joke, in CS2 if you've played obviously, SMGs are crazy because half the time you die you're dying behind the wall, so don't sleep on SMGs, you could run people down with the Bison. And right next to the Bison, we of course got the P90 Chopper. It's another gun you will absolutely need to be buying on your eco rushes. And the UMP, we've got the Exposure. I haven't seen anybody buy this gun in game for years, but that's okay because it's got some nice skins. And we're gonna speed run shotguns. We got the Mag 7 Heat for starters, the Swag 7, of course another great option under $1. The XM Ziggy is nice if you like the floor in the bowling alley, it's kind of got that pattern going for it. The sawed-off Serenity is a nice skin, unfortunately it is on a sawed-off. And finally, the Nova Candy Apple, a nice little clean skin. And I almost forgot the heavy weapons. Similar to the XM Ziggy that looks like the bowling alley floor, we also got the M249 Downtown, which is really actually a sick skin. And then the Negev, we got the Power Loader. Not much to say about this thing. If you're using the Negev, at least you'll use it in style. But moving on to the important thing, rifles. The AK Elite build, by far the best option under $1 unless you like Safari meshes. You can even get it in field tested. It's like a slate, but it's actually got a design. For the M4, the M4osaurus, another very nice option that should definitely not be a 68-cent skin in field tested, but it's a great skin nonetheless. And the AUG thankfully has the Amber Fade, another very nice clean skin. For the Famas, surprisingly, the Rapid Eye Movement is under $1 at 98 cents in well worn, but it doesn't really show anywhere at all, it just gets darker. And for the Scout, I'm not gonna lie, I kinda cheated a little as the Acid Fade is one of my favorite skins. It's a $1.21, but honestly looks a lot better than the rest of the competition and is worth the 21 cents extra. Moving on to the G3 SG1, the Dream Glade is a skin I've covered before. I'm a huge fan of this design. If you're whipping out the auto, you should do it with style. And same goes with the Scar Enforcer. It's another really nice skin that I wish was on something other than the auto, but it's kind of got that specialist fade gloves effect going on it, so looks pretty nice, very shiny. And the Galil, we of course got the Sandstorm. You could also get very purple patterns. This one I'm showing is market price. It's the first thing I found on the market. Very nice skin. And the SG553 has the Dragon Tech, which is really nice if you like more intricate design skins, and you also get it in minimal wear, so it's very clean. For the M4A4, despite the very cheap price, I do think the Magnesium is the best option under $1, under 10 cents actually. I have no clue why this thing's so cheap, but it's very nice. And finally, for the op, we of course got the Pit Viper in minimal wear. This thing is sick. Looks a lot more detailed in CS2, got a huge buff, and that wraps it up for this banger list of skins less than $1. So once again, be sure to check out CS2 Empire. They are a very easy way to get these skins if you simply go on the site, find a skin or cases listed cheaper than buff, and then sell them on buff for balance, or go on the Steam market, whatever it may be. You are going to be saving probably 25% minimum. If you buy skins on there and just sell them on the Steam market to buy stuff, you're going to be saving a lot of money. It's a very easy thing to do, barely costs you any more time. Be sure to check them out with that link at the top of the description. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.